Welcome back to Dawn News Open Forum. We'll move to the audience questions now. The gentleman in the front.
This is Shahrukh from IBA. My question is, 63 years of independence has passed. We are still indecisive whether we are going towards the secular state or an Islamic state.
You see, I heard the worthy speakers from the other side, and that is why I think we as a nation are so confused. Because we sort of, you know, what the people on the other side did, that they conveniently took whatever is happening in the politics, in the world politics today, and said all of that is secularism. And that is taking the discussion on an absolutely different trajectory. It is playing with your emotions. It is playing with how you perceive the politics of the world. That is not the debate here. The debate here is that have we been able to implement Islam and Islamic State, and is Sharia an option in today's world? So it is nice to talk about what has happened in the past and how glorious we were, and completely forget that we do not have one top-ranking university in the Muslim world. We have not produced international research of value anywhere in the Muslim world, and we cannot continue to live in the past.
My question to Ms. Huma. You said that there should be a state where there should be tolerance and where people can coexist together. Can you tell me one verse of the Quran that goes against humanity, or that does not, it talks about intolerance, or it does not talk about the rights of women? The Quran talks about the rights of women. It talks about tolerance. It talks about coexisting together, and Muslims. Can you tell me one verse of the Quran that actually goes against humanity? And you know, if you can tell that, then we are in support of secularism.
All right, I completely agree with everything that you've said. And there's another thing I said when I said that secularism, as it is understood in Pakistan especially, where we've chosen to translate it as La Diniyat, is incorrect to begin with. And I also said that I believe that secularism, if it swings to an extreme, or a religious state, if it swings to an extreme, is wrong. Because I do not agree with the secularism that is the way it is functional in Turkey.
My name is Ali and I am from Institute of Business Management. My question is for Sir Asad Shehzad. Sir, I agree with whatever you had to say, but I want to ask you, how can we as a nation or individuals implement whatever you said, the Islamic system? Because we are surrounded by a pool of secular states and secular laws and policies. How can we convert the whole system?
To my understanding, we should first give moral teachings. Islamic moral ethics should be inculcated first in the minds of people. Then Islamic Sharia can be established.
So when you say that be a Muslim first and then start thinking about Islamic governance and all.
If you agree with La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, you are a Muslim, but you may not be a good Muslim.
My first question is that is secularism possible, or is secularism practical, when we hear from Gadamer that we can never transcend from prejudices? Okay, question number one. Question number two, we have been talking so much of tolerance. And what do you say about Isaiah Berlin when he listens to tolerance and he says that I'm not going to argue with people who would reject freedom of determination of good or bad. I would not argue with him, I would kill him. And he is a representative because he, presented the four concepts of liberty.
Of course, secularism has its own fault at home where it is practiced. No? And be it France, be it Germany, my own country, we do have a discussion about how secular and what secularism actually is. And we are in the very beginning of realizing that even in those secular states, it is not complete secularism, no? Because certain things are settled down there, and other things which are now coming up with Muslims. Muslims have been living for many years in Germany, in France, but they were never very, they were happy, no? and never very active. It is probably after 9/11, when this awareness came, or this feeling that we are, as Muslims, we are under attack. No? And we react, and we make a statement. A friend of mine with a British passport, she says, I have never seen, all these Muslims have been there, but I have never seen so many women with their heads covered. No? And even you find this in many places.
So do you want women not to cover their heads?
I can't do anything if anybody is running around with green hair or with half naked, and why should I have anything against someone with covered?
Then why does France ban it?
Oh, yeah, but this is exactly, no? A secular state is supposed to be tolerant.
We'll end the discussion right here and we'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll have the opinion poll results and let's see what the audience have to say.